So you joined me for my fastest lap at Lydd for the 7th round of the Club100 Junior Championship, so let's see what I did. Coming out the final corner into the first chicane, small dab of the brakes. It's quite a fast section over that curb. It is quite bumpy, but you're going to have to use it because it is quite useful. Now into the second chicane, it is much slower than the first one, so you're going to have to slow down a bit more. And out the corner, you can use that exit curb. And then round to this quite large hairpin, quite open. Touching the curb isn't really what you want to do, but it didn't really affect my lap too much. Now around this really fast part of the track, you want to have a small dab, maybe a lift through here, and then the same round this corner, it should be flat out. And then over this curb, which is really flat, it's really easy to use. Now this lap is around 51 miles an hour average speed, really quick. To the final corner, you missed the first apex, hit the other one, make sure you don't go off the track at the end, and let's see what we got.
Easy top 3. If I'm not 16.
Now lining up for the race in the pre-C final, not the performance we wanted, starting P8, but let's see what we can do from here. So now as we go through here, it's going to turn into a full course yellow, which means we're going to have to line back up in single file and restart the race. And now as the race restarts, we're in P11, which is a bad start considering we started 8th, but we did get pushed off the track. Into the first chicane, there isn't much contact, but as we go down the back straight, this happens. Down to last place, facing the wrong way. This is not what we wanted to see. From P8 to P31. But there's always hope, so let's see what we can get from here. So as we round the final couple of corners at the end of race 1, we've had a bad performance, quite a bad performance, finishing P19, but let's see what we can do in the final. So now rounding the formation lap for the C final, starting P19, and let's see what we can do from here. And let me tell you, this was one of the most chaotic starts I've ever seen, and here we go. Now here we are, a few laps later, and we're in P15, didn't gain anything, well we gained 4 positions, but that's about it. So now through the second chicane, there's quite a few people ahead battling, and we're going to capitalise on that quite quickly, as you can see gaining. And this guy goes for an absolute dive bomb sender, which was never going to happen, and we managed to gain 2 positions from that, but that actually cost us a 2 position penalty as well, and I'll explain that a bit later. So now, round this corner we go, there's going to be quite a few battles ahead, we're going to get a massive run on the guy ahead, he's going to cut us off quite a bit, and he's going to go for a move on the inside, so we're just going to follow him through. Easy does it. So the easiest way to overtake is just let the person in front of you overtake. But anyway, we're going to go side by side into the first chicane, and we do manage to gain a position from that. Now, anyway, through this through the corner here, this guy's looking behind. He's obviously he's nervous. He's weak, as we say. And now I'm right on the back of him. I'm going to go for a move into the corner. He completely cuts us off, and let's see what we can do here. So into the hairpin, he's going to go really defensive as he did in the pre-final, and we're going to go around the outside, but someone's going to try and go for a Divebomb on us, and that was basically just a bump and pass, but nobody actually saw it, which is quite annoying for me. He absolutely sends him off wide. We're going to go side by side into this corner, into the first chicane, but I decide to back out. It's just not worth it, and it turns out it is the final lap. So now let's see what we can do here. Now we're going to have a move on him, but it's going to be a yellow flag, which quickly turns to a red flag as we see this horrific sight of a 3-kart pile up down the back straight, and luckily all the drivers were okay. But what was I yapping about earlier with the 2 position penalty? So when the other driver got pushed into the side, it broke one of the barriers, and that was basically yellow flag for half the race. That's why this one was so short. And what this meant is because I was following the drivers ahead, which were going quite quickly, and I got a speeding on a yellows penalty for that. So quite unfortunate, which makes us finish in P14 in the end. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your opinions down in the comments below, and I hope to see you for round 8 next time. Goodbye.